You had a couple of different.
La la.
Alrighty. Calling to order 6, is that right?
35.
35, whatever
Yep.
the minutes say. Let's see, who's here? The librarian, Kimberly, and all of the board is here. No other public present, no one online, right? No one
Right, no one online.
Alrighty. Any additions or changes to the agenda that you all can think of? No. So
Looks good to me.
stand out. Hearing none. Public comment? Having no public comment. All right, approval of the minutes. We have the minutes of last month's regular meeting and then the 2 special meetings we've added this month. So those were out. Anybody we can just approve them all as one unless people have corrections to
I would
specific ones.
abstain on the July one because
Oh, okay.
no criticism of your.
Yes, thank you to the sub note takers. Any changes or additions to those 3 sets of minutes that folks saw noticed? All right, hearing none, I would move that we approve the minutes of July 23rd, August 6th, and August 18th. Second. Glenn seconds. All in favor?
Yay.
Yay. Perfect. Policy, nothing on the docket, although we will have a new space and we'll need some new policies, but we're not gonna think about that right this second. All right, treasurer's report.
My report is here.
Here.
We have spent exactly 2% of our budget so far for the whole year, so.
Plus some payroll that we don't see.
Yeah, payroll doesn't
right.
come out of that,
Yeah.
so that's separate, but
Alrighty.
that is my report, if anyone has any questions.
Thank you for doing that.
That's cool.
I love that
I love
you
the
figured out how to do the budget
Right?
too.
Yeah, percentages
Yeah,
are fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, as I was printing this afternoon, I was thinking maybe quarterly we get. When Jenny sends us what's left in the allotment, have her also send us what's been spent in payroll. Because then this will start being closer to
Oh, good
Actual.
idea.
and it'll only update every quarter, but
That's
I think that'll help us.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, so any questions on treasurer's report? Other?
Bree's doing a great job.
I haven't screwed it up yet.
And I'm having fun because I'm getting to know her better because we have little meetings.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you never met with me.
Friday morning meetings.
What the hell?
She
I
knew
think
enough of
we
it.
spent a lot of time.
There was a
taking
lot
fun
of
at
meetings.
QuickBooks.
Right, QuickBooks. Now you get to learn Excel.
And when you started, it was, like you just like looking at what is that bill?
Oh, yes. One other thing, just as a heads up, it's in Kimberly's librarian report, about the grants. We're gonna start doing a separate grant warrant because grants aren't tracked in the town.
Yeah, that really has.
Oh, no, don't jump there. We have a couple of summer grants.
Those grants.
Those-
Like the Cliff grant and the
Oh,
Stewart's grant, like
yes.
those little teeny tiny ones
Little
that are
ones.
only like
Oh,
a few
okay,
hundred
yes.
bucks.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start doing a separate warrant for that, so it doesn't get mixed up in our actual budget.
Oh, that
It'll be
makes
just
sense.
a separate.
Great.
Yeah,
Smart.
Joe's
Yeah.
in the process of building up another one of these, which is
Yeah,
just to
just
track those little bitty things.
Because we've always had that at the bottom in the town
Yes.
report.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
Yes, and we have to figure it out,
Right.
a little, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bree is all about.
Making the town
Making
report
it clear.
easier.
I just don't understand it is my problem. Look,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand it, so I'm gonna try and make it clear. So
Right.
Which is if anyone asks me a
good.
question, which I doubt they
Yeah.
ever will, I will have an
Right.
understanding.
Yeah.
Perfect. That sounds
Did Amy
good.
ever get back to you about?
Yeah, she didn't to me either, so.
All right.
It'll
All
be
right.
fine.
Perfect. That will be great. Did we vote on the treasurer's report? Not yet. So I move that we accept the treasurer's report as reported. Glenn seconds. All in favor? Yeah.
It's okay.
That's right there.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
Glenn's
right there.
birthday.
Sorry, that's
We let.
his was the first one that I thought.
I was studying quiet on purpose.
Giving other people a chance. Alrighty.
Stuck at something.
I'm gonna-
I don't know
I
what.
will do it.
I don't know
Yeah.
what, but I'm gonna get
I'm
it.
gonna figure it out. Okay, so then librarians report, which Kimberly sent out.
I sent it out. The
Lovely.
piece of it that
That's very
won't show up later in the meeting is really about programming. And you've already heard me say this, but we had a fabulous summer. People were just really eating up. We had a woman come in today who I don't even know who she is. And she said, well, I've been reading and I've been writing down all my books and I want to add to your chain 13 books.
Nice,
So
nice.
we are keeping the chain up until September 20th because that's the end of summer.
Ah.
So we're still trying to get the chain to reach from here
Oh,
to
to
there, and all we need is this piece. So
I
if you've
have
been
some
reading
books
the,
I
yes,
have. Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
3 that I gotta do, and I don't know,
Yeah.
Ellie's been, and she.
Oh
does it
yeah, well,
good
you
at
know,
it.
you need to kind of just write up your
Written
books.
down.
Yeah, you're not allowed to leave
You need
tonight
the
until you.
titles of
I will
books
never
you've read?
remember.
Yeah, that's all you need,
Really?
and just partial title. You know, like you can even just
Okay.
write, you know,
That's so
The
many.
green one, whatever.
right, and that would help us get to the end.
Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
oh
You
yeah.
can, and you can go home
I blew through
and
them.
on your email send us a list, and Haley will write them up.
Okay,
And
great.
and
Yeah,
we'll
you don't
get
even have
there.
to come and actually do the.
You
reading.
don't. No, many people do, but
Unless
you
you
don't
feel excited
have
about
to.
that part of it.
People like it.
I like
The
the
paper
blue
chaining part.
Bree's gonna finish this room.
I'm
Yes, you
gonna.
might, yeah.
I probably.
She's calculating it right now, like how many per foot? I can probably do that.
Great.
Yeah, Haley and I have been doing a good job too. So,
Awesome.
yeah. But many people are doing it, and of all ages are kind of excited about our
Do you get
chain.
repeats? You
There
must
might be
get
some repeats, like
I'm sure there would.
people have, you know, the newest book.
Yeah.
Several people have read it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
great.
just the number of books that
Great.
have been read.
Great, okay.
I love
And
it.
it can be, like, I listened to some books.
That's
in
listening is
addition to-
fine. If you read a book to 3 children, you'd only get to count the book once, even though 3 people listen to it. But anyway, that I'm just telling you, we had really a lot of fun.
Oh, and there was another article about your art thing that we had.
Yes,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
Lakeside News.
Lakeside News.
Because you took pictures and.
Wrote up a thing,
Awesome.
and I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Book.
Yes, we're gonna, yes, I've had this job for 17 years and I've always wanted to have a screw up book. And that's why there's so much paper back there. I'm like, waiting
It's
for it.
it's there. It's just
We need
we're
an
gonna
archivist.
put it together.
Yes, we need an archivist.
Yeah.
Yep. But really what's exciting is that we're gonna pull out some new programming for the fall, and I wanna tell you about it because when you all talk about it, like that's what some of our best
Mhm.
advertising. But Tanya Humphreys is really excited about doing a weekly teen zine book group. And so they'll read a book over the month and then the last time do some activity with it or make little zines, like it's on one piece of paper and you fold it up and now it's a little magazine.
Mhm.
Anyway, so she's all about that. Her kids are all about that. And separate from that, a family read aloud. So we would get other books that we would lend out to families, and once a month those families would come together and they could chat about the like
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the reader and the little people or the maybe some independent readers, but they come and talk about it. They do some crafts that's related and eat a snack that's kind of related.
Wow, and
It's
Tanya
so-
is spearheading that?
He is spearheading that, and
Wow.
we're having trouble finding the right day because soccer's on Thursdays, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, very nice.
And I am launching a cookbook book group, or maybe cookbook book club or some, and we'll have one cookbook and you come in and you pick a recipe and then you show up on the day having made your recipe with all the other people who have made a recipe out of the same cookbook,
Okay.
and you eat a meal together and here in the library and talk about the recipes, talk about cooking, talk about
Whatever.
whatever. And I have had a couple people telling me we have to have one of those. So we're gonna try it.
Could it be a cookbook, book cook?
A cookbook book.
Cook, because you're
Cook.
eating.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Now you have to come. Two or three more, no, two more things. Three more things. Bedtime story hours are coming back. They took a break in the summer because it's not dark at 7 o'clock in the summer. I haven't figured it out, but I want to do a short story club. And it might not even have a meeting, like you just read a short story and know that several other people in town are reading the
same
story. And if you want, you can talk about it, or you can leave a note here, but it's like no commitment. You don't have to read a whole book. You don't have to come plan a meeting. You just get to
How do we
read
get
and
the,
communicate.
how do we get the short story?
I was thinking they'd be photocopied or online.
Okay.
I'm still, so we're working out the detail, but,
yep. I like that. That sounds like fun.
for people who don't want to do a book tour, but want to connect.
Mhm.
Lastly, still in development, is I'd love to do a short series of books about death, dying, end of life, they could be memoirs, they could be nonfiction. We could also include having someone come in and talk about advanced directives, and another night someone talk about estate planning, or what is hospice and why is it good to not call them on the last day of your life, and um, or what is green burials like. I just, but I haven't quite sorted that out. So we might not be advertising that this month, but I think there would be interest, and even if only Haley and I came, we would love it.
Be-
Like the book, I just,
Being mortal would be one that definitely.
yeah, being mortal.
Yeah.
I just read Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory.
Oh,
And so we've got a young woman who
There was,
takes a job in a crematory.
and there was the Mary Roach with Stiff.
Stiff,
'Cause
yeah.
That was with Green Burial when you said that.
Yeah,
I interviewed,
Heard cremation and I was like, what on earth?
oh, is that
Yeah,
when they
that's
a new-
freeze and then shake?
No,
them
they put
to-
you in the
That's-
attorney thing with the water and the
Mhm.
chemicals and it dissolves everything and then they flush the water out and then keep the bones and grind them up and it's supposed to be more
ecological.
ecological than
The
burning.
power of the burn.
Yeah, I was like,
I had never thought, this last book I read, I had never thought about the amount of energy that
Mhm.
cremation takes. Because I've
Yeah.
only ever thought about, I don't want to be, well, anyway, this is a side story.
anyway,
Um,
cool idea.
It sounds like you have a group interest. I'm just gonna have my body catapulted into the neighbor's yard.
well, that's a great idea.
Into
Like
the
maybe you'll
neighbor's
get stuck in the tree and
Exactly.
you'll, like hang out there.
There's lots of possibilities related to that
Lots of
topic.
ideas, like,
So it's really exciting, like new programming for the fall,
Great.
trying to come up with ones that are relatively easy to manage. But this idea that the library is doing new things, we're taking up more space, we need more space, so that we're already
Yes.
starting to grow before we get there.
So then you need people to show up.
We need people to show up. Well, we can get other people besides.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and $2,000 worth of children's books will be here in October. We have to pick them by the end of September.
will
And
we
we'll-
put them on the shelves here?
yeah,
Yeah, great.
I mean, they're coming now
Yeah.
because we got the grant now.
Yeah.
Great.
And there'll be a program in the fall that is a collaborative of the library and the school. So all kinds of really, like, the library is gonna be in the news.
It's this weather. You were like energized.
I am so stupidly energized.
That's great.
Good for you.
Yeah, stupidly, wonderfully. That's great.
Well,
Maybe a little bit.
We'll have to check in, we'll have to check in again at the end of the meeting and see.
Yeah, she's
like,
Sleep on the
fun.
floor.
yeah, Anna brought me some coffee this
Right.
morning, so we're in
Oh my
trouble.
God.
Uh-oh, you might not sleep.
I might not sleep.
Alrighty, so we don't vote on that. Okay, so
But you
friends.
could say yay.
Yay!
Okay.
Alright, so friends, they,
Did you want to mention something before you go? Yeah.
Oh, can I mention one more thing?
yeah,
So we had a trouble with our toilet, because it made this great noise. And yesterday the plumbers were here, they put on a new pump. And on top of our, that's the right
Tank?
word, tank, and pressure tank, but then they couldn't get the pressure up. So they went off and got a small little temporary tank, like a little, so now we have our really big pump, our broken or unsealed, like whatever, problematic thing that's not, it's getting bypassed, and there's this little tiny tank.
Okay.
So every time you flush the toilet, it regenerates itself, and the lights flash a little, which is what I was gonna tell you. And he said, had I known that the pressure tank wasn't good, we could have done this other thing. But once we'd already gotten the new pump on, the solution was to put this small thing on there's not that much water that comes up out of the
That's the
little
problem.
ground well.
Yeah.
And people at the lake often use a system like what he just designed for us. He hopes it works.
So
That's
it's-
And we're to listen to make sure that the pump goes off after we use the water. It's pretty clear whether it's on or off, so we'll be able to.
And on the off chance that people didn't know that you're using the restroom, they've got the lights.
Right.
Oh, somebody, yes.
When somebody walks out but the lights didn't flash, you didn't flash.
And you certainly didn't wash your hands.
Or the lights flash like 4 times, it's like, I'm not going in there.
Right. All right, guys.
Too much information.
Sorry.
Answer the question, Ben.
Just worried.
We'll still have.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
And we will get a bill, at the end of the month.
So, my question is, so what's down there currently is not the final product?
It is. It's not, if it works for us, it's all he wants to do.
Oh, good.
That's how I understood it, at least. He just said, had he known this is where we were gonna end up, he would have, gone this way. But now that we've done this, we're here. Because this is a perfectly adequate solution. This would have been another solution.
Gotcha.
Good enough for now.
Yes.
For now.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I think I'm gonna
Need
start
much
heading
more.
over there.
Did they leave a bill?
No, they're gonna send it when they put out their bills at the end of the month or whatever that is that they do.
Yeah, Philip does that.
Yeah, at the, comes by books.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
And he didn't leave me with a key. Does he have your key?
Yeah, he dropped it off at the house.
Okay, good.
Are there 2 brothers or are there more than 2 brothers?
I know there's 2 brothers in the business. I don't think there's another brother.
Okay. Richard is, I'd say I had Richard and Philip. I just,
That's,
okay, got it.
yeah, I like, if they came to my house.
They're
think
wonderful.
They're very
yeah.
wonderful.
Okie dokie smoky.
Yeah.
All right, so that is the pump situation.
Friends,
Is it still gonna be under 2,000? I hope, right?
it was an emergency fix.
Okay,
We
right,
didn't have-
emergency, okay, perfect. I'm just thinking like, shoot, are we gonna get, no.
No, I think I think it'll absolutely be under $2,000 unless,
And emergency, so
And
they're,
emergency.
so we're covered. I'm just like,
Yeah.
rules. Okay, perfect.
Good to be in touch. Somebody's paying attention to the rules. Good for you.
Okay, so the friends, they'll meet again on the 18th. We went to their meeting this week, I
Last
can't
week?
remember, last week. And so we talked with them just about a couple of things around our big fundraising effort in that we'll want to be sort of freshening up the MOU that we have with them, because all of that money that we get in their capital campaign will have to go through their account. So they were on board with that, and some of them are volunteering to work with us to kind of do that refining, and we'll bring it back to both boards once it's done. We also just verified with them that we are going to sort of use the verbiage around the line of credit interest, that it will be paid with friends' money, and they were okay with that. And was there others? I feel like there was other things, but now I can't remember what. they
well, the
were.
other one will show up under old business. It's
Yes, the
same
tag
thing.
there, the
Yeah.
lawn set, which we'll talk about.
Oh, that
a little
and-
bit later. And
Number 2, the cleanup,
the clinic, yes.
but that can all come later.
Okay, perfect. Then on to our facilities. Peter emailed everybody. I don't know if people saw it. I think he emailed them. Yeah,
He did.
with kind of an update. Basically, Naylor and Breen are looking at the middle of October to start construction. They'll have a cash flow timeline to us soon. He was hoping to get the final drawings and all those things maybe tomorrow or later today. It sounded like, I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah.
all that stuff is coming. And there was, he mentioned a couple other things, a tax form and Kimberly, which I assume he dropped off here, and you'll.
Yeah, he didn't.
Tax
He
exempt.
dropped other things off, so I
but
don't,
not
I didn't
this
follow,
tax
he
exempt
didn't
form. Okay.
follow through on that, but I'm sure he will, and then I
Yeah,
will.
we'll get that figured out. So basically, no huge updates other than looking at potentially. Oh, yes, and that he dropped off the deeds for this property.
Right, but he wanted me to take photocopies, so we miss a line in the middle, cause I can't make the copy, so we'll go up. If we need that line, we'll go get new copies of it, but
Oh, it's, oh, I see.
Cause I had,
Gotcha.
but anyway, we now have full set of deeds that belong to this building. I think he didn't see any concerns in it.
Mhm. For what we need to do. Oh, there it is. He was testing it out.
You were testing it, yeah.
Just showcasing. Smart.
The lights didn't
I was
flicker.
gonna say-
They flash in the bathroom.
In the.
I didn't know they didn't flash out here, cause I'm
We're
only
in the
one.
bathroom.
Did they flash in there?
They did.
Yeah, they don't flash out here.
The bathroom centric thing.
Yes. But do you hear it?
Yeah.
That's already. But that was bad. Oh my gosh, you should have heard the other one.
This is better than that. So yeah, so we have the deeds, which was part, we had a conversation a couple meetings ago about the sensation of this building, and Peter was just getting the deeds to make sure there wasn't some glaring reason why we wouldn't be able to sell it, or we had to do something special to sell it, but it sounds like, at least in initial review, there's nothing special that needs to be done there.
Are we still hoping that, well, is there any talk on whether we would get to use the money as a library or?
Well, that is certainly, we're gonna talk, it's on the agenda as a separate thing, but yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
basically kind of the thing
Okay.
we wanna, think about.
Wait, on the select board agenda or on
It's
Our-
on,
our
it
agenda
was on my mental agenda
for here?
for here,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Current
Current
building,
building.
continue planning, yes, okay, it's
That's
on
okay.
there, it's actually on there too. Other things that you had, I think you're taking a breath to say
No,
something, just regular breathing.
I guess I wanted to say that when people ask me what's gonna happen to this building, I'm very clear that I have no idea.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't seem like everybody else needs to think about it all. Like, let's wait till we see how this develops.
right, other construction updates, is there anything else? Glad that you,
I pulled out the heat unit,
oh, right,
and the pews the other day. That's really it. I still need to remove the hazardous waste. But I have. I'm sure that I'll need to do. We still have those.
okay.
That runs a long time, that pump.
Yes, it does, but it will go off. I turned my timer on so that if it didn't turn off in the next 2 minutes after I worried how long it had been, and then it went.
Okay.
Just, but it does go for some time.
For a
Yeah,
bit.
okay.
I don't know it. I don't know.
Let's see, okay, so then onto the financials of the project, which the review is just sort of our check warrant, which we saw. right?
No, that was.
We
the-
haven't yet, saw. You
You
sent
haven't
it.
seen mine. Yes, I did send it. This is the one from the building. We spent $17,000, which was mostly the public safety permit, the construction permit. And Miller Green's first of their pre-construction bills. And the only thing we spent money on that is not reimbursable is I ordered more checks because we will run out.
Right,
So just writing more checks,
Yeah.
please.
do you have an updated like snapshot thing?
So I don't, because the only thing that's
Just
really
looking.
changed is that the last time I sent in for $700 has not been reimbursed yet,
Okay.
and this. All of the reimbursable money on there is also been, those checks have cleared, so all of that has been sent to the state last week. I would hope that after the summer's over next week,
Mhm.
things will move a little faster up there.
Okay.
Because that feels like a slowdown, like I feel like that $700 we should have seen.
Right, vacations.
But nothing else had really changed, and I did all of that other bookkeeping for the other conversation, so I don't have a snapshot.
When did you say you put in that last reimbursement?
The big one I just put in last week. Like this.
And what about the
the
700, you said, when would
That,
that?
that would have gone in early July. So
And we haven't gotten it
or
back.
it's
yet.
middle of July. So
Wow.
I can find out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 5 or 6 weeks and,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
but I can ask whether, I get confirmation that they've been received and,
Yeah. I mean,
I'll
because
make
they were coming like in 3 weeks, right? I mean, but maybe they're just so busy with so many.
Like everybody's
grants.
projects are now up and going.
Right.
Yeah,
So or they had back-to-back vacations. I just,
Yeah.
Right,
right, in their
But
department.
that kind of thing is gonna impact our.
Yep.
Lending or loaning thing,
Yeah, but I'll, before I go, I'll send a,
yeah, maybe just check in with them, because I know that the state rolled out like a purchasing system.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Which
yes,
might not,
that's
you
true,
know,
I do,
right, which apparently is
not going very well.
not going to. And I don't know that it's related, since this is grants and but I wonder if.
Yep.
It's not causing trouble for the
Mm.
same people.
Mm.
The same
Right.
people might have to deal with both systems,
Mm.
so it doesn't really
No,
matter.
I
It might
will
just
absolutely,
be an
I
explanation.
just wrote it down. I'll find out. If I learn anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we're moving forward.
we're moving forward and
All right, so no big update financial wise. I mean, there hasn't really been much action, so
Right,
the bottom
that's
line numbers are basically the same still.
yes,
with-
yes.
Yeah, okay, so that's fine. So the line of credit, we got all the paperwork submitted, and we met specially to get it on its way, and Jenny heard some questions back from the underwriting department this week, and she was able to answer them, and it seems like there aren't usually issues with this type of loan. They're not usually denied, so we expect it will come through. But the select board's not gonna sign off on it tomorrow, obviously, because
Because
They
we also
haven't-
don't have, the lawyer hasn't
yeah,
done
they
his
haven't
piece.
had a chance to.
We don't necessarily need it either.
Right,
Right.
exactly. Now that we know construction won't start till middle October.
Right,
it's,
but if it doesn't get signed by the 16th of September, it starts all over again. So,
Oh, right, there is sort of a deadline on the paperwork, but at
So-
this rate, they'll be able to do it at like, their September 11th?
Yeah,
meeting,
yeah.
I think.
So
that's fine.
I'll also email the lawyer just to make sure he got
Oh,
that
yeah.
our email didn't slip by.
Mm.
'Cause-
Yes, and just maybe give them an update that seems like on the bank's end, they've got what they need now. So that's good.
What was the interest rate on that?
Variable?
Variable.
Yeah.
It's really high though, right now.
No,
No, it-
I think when we talked to Heritage, it was high, but I think what M&T can do, because it's a municipality, they give us like a 20% discount. It's like, it's 0.8 of whatever the going rate is. So it's actually less than the rate. Heritage was quoting us like prime +1. But that was fixed, but still, so I think they didn't put a rate in
No,
there.
it's
just
they gave
variable.
us how the calculation's done,
Mhm.
which I don't quite remember. It can't, if you make the calculation and it's under 3%, it defaults to 3. You can't pay less than 3%, but the day that we were looking at it, it was under 5.
Oh, that's less than I expected.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, I mean, it's
Yeah.
still money, but it's
Right.
not,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard that the feds might be cutting interest rates, so.
there's always that.
Either that or lose their job, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're being
Um,
encouraged, let's say.
Yeah.
All right, so that, we expect will go, through as planned. The review invoices, that's sort of a placeholder, which we kind of did with the document there. So the last thing was the capital campaign thinkers and doers, but in your report, it's FCC. What is FCC?
Now it's the fundraising committee.
Okay, so it's the FCC now.
Yeah,
FFC. FFC.
FFC, the
Okay,
FFC.
FFC, not FCC.
It hasn't quite settled on a name yet.
So we met again, and had some more good conversation. I was traveling, so I was spotty in my attendance. But I think I saw it in your report now. I'm just trying to look at it. So we're still sort of looking to see, what are the things that we really need, the information that we need, and Kimberly was working on finalizing a better budget where we can sort of see the gaps and what is the goal that we need to, because our goal is like, it was 300 and then it kind of crept up to like 500. Maybe we need more, maybe we need less. And so we were really trying to kind of drill down on what exactly is the gap and what is the goal, and gathering all that information to kind of make a real concrete plan for when this will kick off and how it will work.
And I think that
What else?
the important part is that the we had originally talked about, oh, let's try to do it instead of our annual
Oh,
campaign.
right, yeah.
But there's no way by November we are going to be ready to
Mhm.
really do that.
Right.
So the current plan is to do an annual campaign as we've done it, to basically the same list, but find some, you know, the new people in town and new patrons and so on. But that to do the piece of mailing will look a little fancier than mimeographed and licked closed, or, you know, with our crooked labels. So that, and we're hoping that we'll have our new, Maria Riley is working on a logo and a look, like a identity. Which was a word I hadn't heard. Yeah, rebranding, and somebody said, but you don't really have a brand, so we're just branding. That was, actually Maria said that, but then she started using the word, identity, which is,
Yeah.
you know, so anyway, her goal is in September to have something to show that subcommittee, and get feedback, and this board would sign off on whatever goes forward, but the hope is that what goes out in the end of November is the beginning, we're beginning to lift our game, and people are seeing us a little more professional and a little bigger in our, how we operate. And maybe encourage people who have given in the past to give, you know, 10% more if they can, you know, or whatever's, you know, like just push a little bit so that, and give the heads up that we will be asking for, like, we're stuck on whether it's a capital campaign or an expansion campaign or what we can actually call it, but we're definitely gonna go out for more funds to finish this project. And
Should do something like, VPR does, having a sustaining membership, you know, like where they give monthly.
Yeah.
Is that possible in our PayPal? Is there a monthly donation possible?
I think, yes, I think it's available in PayPal. I think
Mhm.
the other thing we're gonna wanna do is look at Stripe, because
Oh.
what I've understood is that PayPal is quite corruptible or
Mm.
attackable,
Mm.
and Stripe has more,
Walls.
protection for our people and for us.
Mhm.
Even if it's just like those, you know, you get the crank emails that somebody's generating out of,
Kinda,
yeah,
yeah.
and there's just less of that with Stripe. So we might wanna, and I don't think the cost per transaction is particularly different than PayPal. But we can, pretty sure you can do a recurring,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
And
looking at all
that's-
those options.
yeah, and part of what needs to get put together is how to, like, we're used to mailing something and getting a check back, but more and more people who are younger than we are don't have checks.
I was gonna ask, do we know like the percentage of people who just send checks versus the people who go online and donate?
Almost no one goes online because we don't give them that option, and
Okay.
so that's what we need to do, is we need to start having a place you can get
Way to
to,
do it.
and a QR code in the letter, and then a Facebook or a Instagram campaign, like just hit them in different, not hit, but, you know, meet people in the different ways that people are out there. Because if you ask my children, they don't even open their mail, they don't even look in their mailbox,
Mhm.
and
Mail's not
so
a thing.
mail is not a thing, and an email is barely a thing, so.
Have we looked at Venmo and like those?
That's what I was
So-
just thinking.
Well, so Venmo, you need to be a person, not an organization,
Oh,
or
I
you
think we
pay.
had looked at that, but.
Yeah,
I
we
can't
did look at
remember.
Venmo. In other situations, I've used Stripe before,
Mm.
and the people who I've been working with in a different project, around website security,
They
like
that.
not with us, but something else, they are really anti PayPal and
Mhm.
yay Stripe, and that was pretty,
so
impressive the way they were talking about it.
you can use Venmo for organizations. You can create a Venmo charity profile or business profile through your existing personal account.
Right.
Right, and
So somebody would have to
that's the
put their
catch.
own,
Right.
Yeah,
and if you put in your social, like, you're attached to it forever,
Mhm.
and nobody, as
Yeah.
much as we love the
Yeah.
library, no one wanted their social security.
right. I imagine for tax purposes, that's what it gets attached to,
Mhm.
the money that goes in there.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
difficult.
so I think we won't
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
go
there
that
you go.
direction, but we definitely, so to your point, Bree, we definitely need,
An online way of.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something we.
Yeah.
Been
when we
trying
sent
to
the
do.
mailer just about like, oh, we're gonna do the building thing, come see it, we got 2 donations on PayPal and we just had a little tiny thing at
Or
the
the
bottom.
code, yeah.
How often do we check that to put in? Like, how's that?
So that money's sitting there and I can't get it out. I mean, we have to figure out how it's attached to that account. But it should go into the building account.
So
And
you
I-
pull it out and then Bree can write you a check
Right,
for,
from one to the
yeah,
other.
and this
Cause
deposit.
there's a donation towards the building.
Oh,
That one was,
Not,
but,
not a donation to
Right.
the library.
Right.
So we'd have to be able to,
but the mailing would be a general,
right, but it would need to go
donation.
actually into the Friends because we can't.
oh, they're
The-
doing
the-
it then.
One of the shifts is to get always our fundraising to go through the 501c3. And that's part of shoring up that, at least reading the MOU again, the memo of understanding.
All right.
But it's exciting, like, let's make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. The thinkers and doers are also talking about how to raise money that isn't just this capital campaign. So it's also talking about grants. And I think I have an 8:15 meeting tomorrow morning to talk with Cara and with Lindsay, who the board okayed some grant writing time with her. And we're gonna see what we can pull out this fall to bring in
Bolster that side.
some
Right.
ten to $50,000.
Let's shoot
Love
for
that.
it. Alrighty, perfect. So that's moving forward. Which is good.
Yeah.
The grant administration, the Latondra, we're just waiting on trying to nail our brain on a meeting to connect our systems.
I could tell you, cause I know.
Oh, there's a meeting on the books?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's.
No, but I talked with Peter and he gave me a sample of the invoice that the town gotten on their project.
Hmm.
I sent it to Latenders. They said wonderful. And after I get back, if they have, and I sent the contract and they'll see what they can do. And after I get back, and those of you who don't know, I'm away from the 1st to the 12th. And so go rob my house. And
What?
except
Yeah,
you
now
have
you have to
somebody
put your
staying
address.
there.
I do have someone staying there
So
who
be
locks
friendly.
all the doors.
Right.
Where am I going?
So
with
you're
this?
gonna have a meeting after you get
Meeting?
back?
Yeah,
I think it's great that we've recorded that.
Yeah.
I know.
Alrighty. So that's the grant administration. It's moving
It's
forward.
moving forward. That's all I would have to
I
say.
don't remember your address.
Yeah, I don't know where I live. That's just.
We're not on video. We can
Not on video. It's over there.
All right. So next thing is that we had talked before about doing another like townwide communication after we signed a contract and we had a plan, and we are talking about having our strategic planning session first, so sort of post that, doing some kind of mailing to give folks more information about it's happening. Hopefully we can get that out to people before there's like work happening over there. I just feel like that
And
would be-
before the annual appeal letter.
right, definitely, because that's in November.
Well, right, I know, but if, yeah. and
Yeah,
like September 20th is the strategic plan meeting and then
yes,
October 15th is the start of the work and then it's
Yeah.
November. So,
yeah.
yeah.
So I just wanted to see what's your sort of preliminary feelings about what information should go on that, because I think if we can get some basic ideas, Kimberly/Haley can maybe start to like design it and put some information together so that post strategic plan session, we have something that needs a little more editing maybe, but is sort of ready to go. Is what I was kind of hoping. Is that sound doable? We have all the we have that's what my question is. Do we have the information that needs to go on there? Is it just repeats of previous? Is it just updated information? Is it a picture? We have a lot of the drawings, the email with the drawings came with 1 million views. So maybe it's sizing one of those down. So it's a bigger, like a outside view or a view of I don't know what.
Should we create like a shared folder in Google Drive to put things in, like ideas, or so it's Kimberly and Haley that are gonna organize it. It's a 1-pager.
Yeah. Like
yeah.
this.
Yeah,
one
size
guide.
folder, okay.
Yeah, and I would guess I'd say let's use the template we used before, because it would
Yeah.
look familiar
Okay.
Yeah.
until we have a new brand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I think maybe it's information about the like some people won't know. Like that Naylor and Breen has been chosen and that their not to exceed is below our grant
Mhm.
number and that we will be raising more money for things that the grant doesn't cover and
And that projects, we can anticipate work to start
October 15th.
mid-October and
Those are all good updates.
Yeah, and we're,
Who does it look like? One part is sort of like photo and bullets, and then the other side is maybe has like, some prose that. Like a paragraph of where we're at, so one side is like immediate information and the other side is. A little more detailed, does it look like that?
it could,
It could.
it could, if somebody wrote that paragraph.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
can work on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that not too much, like, I think people,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
like the bullets are more valuable than
right,
the
Mm,
paragraph.
right.
yeah,
Uh,
but so the enthusiasm is what we build in the paragraph, like our
Yeah.
excitement
Well,
or.
And maybe we get some, I mean, the photos don't work that well in black and white.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But like it could be a photo from one of the work days and like, we're so grateful that volunteers have come
Yeah,
out to help
yeah.
us already and,
Have we taken photographs on work days?
that's,
I've been marveled.
yeah, but we have
We have a couple
from
old
taking
ones.
the benches apart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple,
Use.
yeah, that. I was just wondering about like the drawing of the building from the outside, like the front view of the doors and like that has the mock-up of how it will look, like just having that, I don't know, if that, I mean, it will basically look the same from the outside, but that entrance will look different.
Right.
That front main entrance.
Yeah, I'll have to look at
I
the,
don't know if it's possible in what we have,
yeah, I don't know
how that works.
how, yeah, whether it would really show it if you're only looking at one image.
Mm-hmm.
The other question, which is a slight tangent, but in terms of promoting and fundraising, we have no images about where we're going. Like I can show you the
Mhm,
building from
mhm,
torn apart and I can show you before.
Right, yeah.
But our contract with the architect didn't include renderings, so we have no, and one of the things is can we use free software and try to do a rendering ourselves out of this 2D work, or would we spend from $1,000 to $5,000 to have him do some graphic, beautiful rendering of?
Do you think that Michael
I would
would
say
be
no.
willing to do a rendering?
I don't think you would, I think it's intellectual property, I don't think you
Yeah.
can,
Yeah, I think.
Really?
yeah.
I mean, I think
He
somebody
always
could
owns
do
the
a.
drawings, like, we don't own the drawings, they're his,
Right, but,
can't, like,
I mean, he could sort of redraw them
that would be a lot, I imagine that would be a lot.
for just like the front.
Yeah.
So another thought is like, maybe we could have sort of where it is now, or, and build on the, like, so that's part of the, see if I can. That's part of the ongoing messaging is like that image changes depending, like if it's the front doors, what does it look like, now or before, or what does it look like in the drawings? And then what does it look like, 3 months from now or 5, like each time we send one, the front doors have changed somewhat, or maybe there's bushes, or maybe there's windows next to it, or, like just one thought,
Yeah.
not well fleshed out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we want a visual, like a picture of some kind. We need to figure out what that looks like. If we can get something that shows what it will look like, that would be best,
Right.
as opposed to what it is now, or pictures of work being done. Although pictures of work being done is also fine. I mean, we did take some pictures of the people in there for the first open house. We have some pictures, we have the benches pictures, but we have something we can probably do. But I think it would be nice to have some kind of picture of what it will look like. But I mean, our timeline isn't super long either, so we don't have a lot of time.
Would it make sense to actually have pictures of current programming? So the excitement and the energy of current programming. So like a story hour picture, the craft art show, or
Craft night or
craft night.
yeah.
Art carnival.
Thank you, the art carnival.
That little girl with
You know,
the hammer, that was. a good
So, photos like that are like, because that's kind of what we're trying to sell to
It's
the
the
town
energy,
anyhow, is
right.
the
Yeah.
energy, not
Yeah.
necessarily the building.
Right,
And
that's
those-
right, yeah.
big and ugly in wood right now, so.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one of the questions that we'll approach at strategic planning is like, we have talked about that building nauseum for 3 years. And let's talk about what happens in the building.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
and
that's really good.
I'm remembering that we have a photograph of everybody squeezed in up here
Uh-huh,
for story time.
uh-huh.
And so we can say we're looking forward to
Yes,
more space and,
yeah,
right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll, yeah, we could have if you, especially you who like to think, well, both of you who like to think with words,
Mhm.
you want to work together to just fool around with some language.
Yeah, for a short paragraph is what you mean. And maybe the bullets
And
or.
maybe the bullets, and
yeah.
it might all change once we see what the
Exactly,
photos
yeah.
are and,
Yeah,
but if you wanted to play around with that.
Yeah.
That would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Sorry, your language too, but these,
No,
I
no,
just,
I was just, it would be, maybe for the future, it'd be a funny visual to have something where you got, 4 or 5 people like really crammed in a photo, like a arm going over somebody holding a book. They could,
that would be really fun.
we're looking forward to the bigger space.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was one day last week or the week before, and it had been quiet for 2 hours, and all of a sudden there were like 15 people in here trying to do 4 different things. And
Wow.
it just every once in a while that's the photo
Yeah.
we needed.
Yeah.
We'll call all those families.
Yeah.
Come back, please,
Can we take a picture of all y'all?
right? Do you mind? And so and then we send you around to everybody and their brother. Alrighty,
Okay, so that sounds like a plan.
yes,
And we
okay,
can shoot to have it out on the 1st of October.
yeah,
Great. And might be the 10th, but it'll still be right when
around that same
construction's
time.
happening.
And does it have to be black and white? Can we add any kind of color to it?
Well, it's the difference
Cost.
between,
Yeah.
I don't know, 25 cents a piece of paper
Yeah,
and $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
You can hand color them if you want. They're only 400.
There you go.
Work group meeting, no. Alrighty,
You're being,
Oh.
I saw that.
perfect.
Right.
Just 'cause I
Few
love you.
blue lines back.
All right, moving on to old business. The strategic planning preparation is a little bit of a longer topic. So cleanup, let's do the other 2 first. So the cleanup, we would like to do a site sort of like spruce up, clean up, haul out the basement kind of work day. Right before the big dumpster day at the beginning of October. So we're looking at the weekend of the 27th, 28th. We checked with the friends group. They didn't have any strong preference for one day or the other. It's a Saturday, Sunday, if I didn't say that. We would think probably like an afternoon, couple of hours. We were looking to see if folks here had any strong preference for one day or the other. Plan would be to pick a day, then finalize who might be able to come between us and the friends, and then strategically maybe ask some extra people from volunteers so that we don't
Right.
have a million people. If, a certain number of people becomes too many people. That's kind of our thought process.
Yeah. And it feels like the biggest thing is to really clean out in the basement and organize what's down there.
Okay.
Because it's just a little out of control, little out of control. But it also, particularly if we have enough people, there's certainly some cleaning that could happen at this level, or the windows could get done, or things that just really lighten the space before the winter comes would be really nice.
Just letting you know, I am excited for the basement.
You go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That doesn't.
That's
Such an interesting man.
But what I want to say.
Basement.
He says.
What I want to say about the big dumpster day is my trailer is always available. It's a garbage scout, and so instead of sitting on trash.
I said I have a trailer too that's less, I thought maybe Glenn's trailer would be available, but then it means sitting for a week. I don't know if you need your trailer in between
My
time.
trailer is a garbage scout. That's why.
Okay, so I thought,
It's for garbage.
great, so then we don't have to move it twice. That's why I was like, I don't
No.
put it on the ground, then
Oh,
have
no,
to have to
I
come
don't.
back and gather it up. Okay, perfect. So we'll, so anybody preference to Saturday, Sunday?
Not.
And if you're equally conflicted, then that's no preference.
So
Depends on,
I
it
think-
sounds like you don't need like a ton of people. I don't know how important I am as one person, but I cannot do Saturday. I will be
Okay,
not
Yeah,
here.
Saturday would be currently on the calendar, Saturday is pretty booked up.
Okay.
But also September, I have no idea what
Right.
Sunday will look like.
Slight preference here in this group for Sunday.
Sounds
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy to come, but don't change your
Oh,
plans.
yes, absolutely.
because-
That's basically what we wanted to kind if no one could do Saturday, we were like, all right, well, Sunday, but if, so well,
But Sunday would be good.
I think Sunday would,
Sounds like
I
Sunday.
like Sunday better for myself. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't like a set in stone thing, but I was leaning towards Sunday, so
Mhm.
let's say Sunday
Okay, great.
and, afternoon. With that. We're not-
Yes,
yeah,
no,
Sunday
yeah,
afternoon.
for me, it would be much better in the afternoon, but
Okay,
it could be, yeah,
so
like
we'll
2 to 4, 3 to 5, something like
Yeah,
that.
we'll get some more information out and get some more hard numbers and we'll go from there. All right, and so then the yard sale happens. Is the next thing that's a little shorter, I think. That's happening on the 6th. Glenn has graciously agreed to be our person. He's gonna be having the pews available for folks. The idea of the pews, not all the pews.
I was like, wow.
But like the idea
One
that
pew.
folks could purchase pews, as we talked about at our last meeting, as well as any other things that folks wanna bring over, as long as you pick them up if they were not, things aren't sold. Anything else on that front, Glenn, that you want?
That's tent.
So
Oh,
I thought that you would, yes, you would take my tent and I have tables too that we can use. I thought I would come and help set up for sure. And yeah, and I can stay, like I'm happy to be part of that too. I don't think you have to do it all. So I will plan on me for setup. Plan on, yes, I'll
What
be
time
there.
does sales start?
Starts at 9,
None.
and at least one person is dropping stuff off to you at 8:30 that I know about.
mhm.
Okay, I
Is
mean,
that the
I have a
normal drop-off
feeling that
time?
I'm going to wanna be starting to set up around 8,
That totally makes sense.
so I would be there anyhow,
Okay,
if not earlier than that,
yeah.
because that's.
I think
I think their
Happens.
setup's like
Starts at
7:30 or something like that. That would for vendor.
So I'll join you at 7:30 and we'll just,
Great,
Time
and I'll
goes
just
here.
buzz down with the truck, just grab your stuff,
sure,
so you don't have.
Sure.
to in your car.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna change the time to 7.
All right. So then the other thing on that list for old business is our strategic planning session, which, just to cover the logistics, is happening on the 20th at Kimberly's in the morning from 9 to 1. Library will buy snacks type eatings. Kimberly will graciously have those available. And Kathy is all set. The basic agenda for the day would be to sort of review our current strategic plan, and just sort of verify that we feel like it still fits us. And talk some about that, if there need to be any kind of adjustments or whatever. And then kind of go into, most of the conversation will be about how we utilize this big, huge, awesome new space.
Mhm.
And what we envision for that and how we make that happen and all of those things. So in that vein, Kimberly has been doing a lot of thinking about how we make that happen, like just logistically and what that looks like. So she's kind of prepared some packets with some of her thinking around that,
Oh,
which is,
I forgot to print the
strategic
strategic
plan.
plan, so if you can reach the
I
printer,
hope I
will you
can.
just do
I
that?
can print them out.
Because we can
So
put them
this
in
is
here.
just, she's gonna sort of talk us through a number of things. But it's not about making any kind of decisions. It's sort of, I just feel like when you're going into like a big conversation like this strategic planning, it's easier sometimes to have something to react to rather than starting from nothing and building. So this is just some information that can be informative for that conversation.
Okay, and I can give this to you to look at, but I also would rather like just talk you through it, like we won't get like hung up on any of the numbers, because it's just, well, it might be my second draft, but it's just a look-see thing. And I thought if you took them home, then, bedtime reading, and I mean,
If we want a copy of the strategic plan, that little picture. is
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
what we're
yeah, I'm
looking
gonna
for?
print.
You're gonna do that.
I'm gonna print.
and I need to look over somebody's shoulder because yeah,
Because-
that's fine, I didn't do that.
That's
Usually
why you
have a
wanna-
copy. But I did make this front one, Crystal, which you haven't seen yet. which
Okay.
was the
Oh, yes. thank
I
you.
went through and said, what do we have in grants and money that we've designated for hard, meaning the building, soft, meaning everything else? So that 1.7 is what we have in hand or is expected. The expenses, the hard expenses is the building, the soft is the interior of the building. It's also the, oh, and that's the interior, and then the operating gap through 29 is like, if we run a larger building, and I made up some numbers, that could be the gap over 3 years. There are a few numbers that aren't in here, but I come up with a gap to fill
Uh-huh.
at 258, which if you put in the other things that are missing, $300,000 every 3 years is pretty accurate, which
Mhm.
is the number we had been
Mhm.
saying before. That three, if you, let's jump ahead, because that's a scary number. If you jump, I think, to the last page, you can see where that 300,000 might come from. The Naylor and Breen contingency, the very last page, very expensive.
Wow. Gosh.
The
Okay.
the contingency might not get spent, so then some of the things, that's money that will get freed up. We'll have our expansion campaign and we have maybe some individual donors, and I don't know if they can give that much, but I put that money in there. These are some of the grants we're going for in the near future, particularly that T-Mobile is a good one. M&T Bank Foundation is another one that, I don't know if 10,000 is their limit, but that would be amazing, to get. So if we got some of that grant money and some of those donations, and we had some savings in the contingency, if we got all of it, we could have $371,000, which is way more than 300,000. So it's a huge, like, some days it looks like a huge lift, and the other days it's like, we can do this.
Yeah.
Right.
What are have you identified the grants you're gonna start working on? Like, is her name Leslie and
Lindsay.
Lindsay?
I think that's what the conversation is about
Okay,
tomorrow, but
okay.
the T-Mobile, when I read
Mhm,
it's one of the most robust, and I think could help us put in all of our technology, which would be big. But anyway, we were gonna talk, that's what tomorrow's meeting is
Great.
about.
Great.
But it's definitely looking at the bigger bang for your buck, like these $500 ones,
Mhm.
we should just knock those out, but that's not
Mhm.
using Lindsay's
Right.
time and to do it.
So, yeah, I can certainly help with some of the little
Yeah.
wherever
Right.
you wanna put me.
And some of these little ones are program, like, either stuff or, they have to be attached to something that's happening, and we're not ready to happen over there yet, like, we're almost ready for that, but we're not.
Mhm.
We don't want to commit ourselves to doing more things that cost more money. We want to find the money that will pay for the things we already think we want to do.
Mhm.
So anyway, I think despite the fact that 300,000 is a lot of money, looking pretty good. Going back to the front of your packet, after big picture is income versus expenses. What's our funding gap? That is all of the math that led to the front page, just so you have it. You can look at that at your
Okay.
convenience. The next page, ongoing operational income and expenses, is the first column is what was in the town report, which Crystal and I discovered today under pays the library director, because you guys all voted an extra hour and something happened so that's not current, said Crystal.
Oh, don't point at me.
Uh-oh, but
Yeah.
I would have put the numbers in the town report.
Well, back
something.
in January, this was what was accurate.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
but there
Something
was an
happened
adjustment
since then.
made, yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway, I'm just telling you, if you see something I made these numbers up. The first column came out of the town report.
Placeholder.
I have notes to this, so like you can all look at this at
Mhm.
your leisure. The notes on the right tell you sort of where I came up with, where and why the numbers are there. They take some liberties, like, we've been wanting to not increase the town allotment, but they also took our reserve away. And
Mhm.
could we ask for the part of the reserve we didn't get back last year?
Mhm.
And that would boost, and then that's
Mhm.
money that
Mhm.
if we don't do that, then it drives up the 300,000. But it's looking at what could it look like over those years. It includes the next page. It's just a possible draft on how we might increase staffing in the new building, and then also while we're raising this big money, have it help get our salaries up to modest small library in Vermont money. And so that page that looks like this is all of that.
Right.
And it's, whether it's the right thing to have, I named these people and I gave them some responsibilities at the bottom to shift it around. I think all of this, none of this is written in stone. It might be that, the executive director should work 14 hours a week and like it could all, so I don't want,
Don't get hung up on it.
don't get hung, thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get hung up on it, but at the very bottom, I calculated out what the payroll is above very current payroll. It doesn't even include like the COLA you guys usually put in. So that's where that drives some of that 300,000. And it shows up in this operational budget. Also in here, which we've never really had before, like we've had fundraising expenses like the paper plates from Pi live behind the Pi income number. But if we're really gonna do larger appeals and more grant writing, that's gonna be a budget, like a true budget expense. And so
Oh, yeah,
that's,
exactly. Yeah.
that's in there now. And I even built in some reserves so that we're, and we've always talked about doing this, but we tend to not have the reserve at the end of the year, but like making a reserve that goes towards our
Yeah.
building
Yeah.
maintenance and goes towards our technology upgrade, so that when we have to buy 3 computers, we have a little savings that would cover it. So that
Great.
is
Great,
what I
great,
worked with. Again, don't get
Hung up on it.
Don't get hung up on it.
Yeah.
But
But it's
that,
a really great template to work with and
Yeah,
enough
I was-
information to like really,
yeah,
run
and
with.
my hope was that it would give a I don't know, like a framework, so that when we're sitting there talking about the building's is going to be larger, we want to have a bigger operation. That you see that I've started with 3 part-time employees, so that we're not going to 10 or but we definitely need to go up, and like this sort of like, to me, this is a pretty good ballpark, but we'll see what what transpires. And I thought getting to look at this ahead of the strategic planning could help.
So this is a silly question. Executive director, that's you. Library director ends up being Haley, and then a program director is someone else.
That, right, if you keep,
Basically, yeah.
basically,
Okay.
if you kept the same staffing, that's bringing somebody new on who is just totally excited about the programming and about kids and about what's happening in the building.
Yeah.
Haley's really getting it down with the administration. I meant to tell you that she's starting her last class, her last core class in the library thing that I did in the beginning.
Yes.
What is that called? A
Training or
certificate.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So there are
Great.
4 core classes.
Great.
Hers is in September. She'll do basic library administration. And
Fantastic.
it's the piece of the job that she loves, that and the being with the people when they come in and out. And I think that the executive director is moving away from the everyday and into that big, like keeping the funds coming in. Because if we're gonna operate at this larger level.
The schmoozing, you mean?
Yeah.
And the
Yes,
money,
the
and the money,
schmoozing.
the money thing.
The money thing, the budget and the
Yeah.
money and the.
Or it's gonna
The
be more
grants.
expensive, and to try to make, at least mitigate that impact on taxpayers
Yes.
was
Yeah.
really the big.
Right.
So any questions? You look like you have a question about that. Yes.
Is it supposed to say
No.
2024, not
Yeah.
2014?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there
Back
is,
in time.
we did, there is a better version out there, but nothing
Yes.
else is,
Nothing else has changed. I don't
right, we
think.
just corrected that
We
number.
corrected the, yeah. So
Yes.
any questions on this information or? I mean, again, we don't need to have a big conversation about it.
So
right
the
now.
strategic planning session is to reimagine this document, just so I'm clear on
Yeah,
what
so-
the mission is.
Yeah.
I think that it's not so much like, it might even just be reconfirming this, making sure that these words and this concept is still meets our vision of what we're trying to accomplish, because I would, looking at it, I think it's actually pretty good. So, but this is where we'll start, because especially three of you weren't here when we developed this. So it'll be digging in there.
Didn't we have a sort of more detailed, set of a
There
more
are,
detailed document
I
that
was
that is
thinking, yeah.
a companion to that. So
Right,
there's
there
like
is.
the snapshot and then there's the.
Yeah, can you
I'll
send
find
that?
the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you send the whole document? I have it, but it might
This
be
was built out of something.
older, yeah.
Mm.
So that might be helpful just as
Yeah.
context for this.
And I think also as I mean, I don't know how Kathy's gonna run the meeting, but to go through each of I don't remember what they're called, the goals and the objectives and all of that,
Yeah.
like. I imagine we'll be going through those.
Yeah, it's more that I think we will have new, like, I
Right.
think it's the bigger visioning around what are the opportunities that this big building is?
Yes.
And then later we may work together to say, well, and our goal will be
Uh-huh.
to be open
Uh-huh.
30 hours a week,
Mhm.
or like, I'm a little confused about, we have 4 hours, so
Right.
how granular can we get
Right.
versus how much do we just, like, what
Right,
level
yeah.
are we talking?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, right, that will be on
Yeah.
her, how she.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
there are,
that's great.
there
right,
is. more
because we had
detail.
nothing prior
Yeah.
to that, we had no plan,
Right.
no strategic plan, no any kind of plan. So that's how we came up with, so I think the first part of it is to talk about this and like, where are we at with this? And do we feel like this is representative of where we wanna go now, and then and then how does this translate to a larger space, or a larger space translate to this, or whichever way it goes.
But I will send out the other pieces, because that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some background, or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Supporting
it
document.
might also be that we have a lot of the same goals. It just expanded
Right.
in scope, and
Right.
we can get really
Yeah,
excited
yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
What time's the meeting?
9 o'clock.
But for you, 7:30, because you're gonna set up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
set
would
up the
like
bagel
we want
and
to
the coffee.
start at 9, so you're
Yeah,
welcome
so
at
come a little bit.
8:45, because there'll be bagels, coffee, tea. Whatever the librarian purchases on your time. Well, the library time.
All right, so that,
Thank you for looking all that. I spent
Yeah.
a lot of time, like, dragging that together.
I
and
think
it
it's
was really,
amazing.
it was really fun to
yeah,
try to put it out on paper in a semi-reasonable way.
all right. So. Get going, okay, so new business was yard work, which I can't remember why, I guess just to sort of report out on. The
That-
situation,
Yes, there was,
so
maybe we
anyway,
wanna wait, you could add that to executive
yeah, we
session
can maybe.
since it's kind of employee
executive
based.
session, yeah,
Oh,
current building, so.
what?
Current building. So we had talked before, basically, that we would be exploring sale of this building.
Yes.
And Peter got the deeds, which we now have in-house. So the other thing, and again, not for decision making necessarily right now, but just that we need to just be thinking as a group, like, what are we thinking would happen to the proceeds of this, like, this money? Like, we would like it all in our coffers? Are we looking at splitting it with the town somehow? I mean, that's just something we need to be
Brown.
thinking about, because it is a town-owned building, and so that's just something we should be looking at. I don't know that there's any other ideas on the table other than, yes, of course, we would get all the money. But it just is something we should be thinking about, because there might be other thoughts.
I mean, it might
I
be
found
interesting
the extra copy.
for us to pull all of the expenses. I mean, I guess we probably have them sort of in QuickBooks from when Patty opened that QuickBooks thing, and then, like what it has been our investment year to year in this whole thing, so that.
And we go back to 75, so there's a lot of paper around that has
Right.
that. But I think when I said that to somebody,
Yeah.
they said, but the money you were spending was taxpayer money. And I don't actually think that's true, because
Right.
our tax share has been small, we're
Yeah.
getting bigger.
Yeah.
but small. And like it's not up there. Like the rug was totally people funded, and the Freeman grant and
Yeah.
some money that was donated is what extended this, made this building into a library.
Yeah.
And those are
Yeah,
all
and
money that
also-
isn't the town.
So the building is one thing and then the operation is another, like, so what if, I mean, the library provided a service to the town, I mean, I'm looking at the offset. So
Right,
the
right.
question is, well, didn't the taxpayers, pay for that building over since 1975 or whatever? Well, yes, but you paid for all the activities that happened there. I mean, the
Right.
building is just, in some ways, the smallest part of the whole
Right.
operation.
Well, right.
Yeah, so it's just a thought, something that we should be thinking about, and we don't have to decide right now. And I don't know, maybe there's not a conversation to be had, maybe it'll just happen and we will get them, I don't know.
Yeah.
But just something to be thinking about, again, because it is a town-owned building and the town is larger than the library and the town has other needs.
Yeah, good to
Infrastructure
keep in
wise.
mind, yeah.
And so we wanna be mindful of that
Mhm.
as taxpayers and as a board that serves the town, and I mean.
Mhm. And
there's
it
a lot
looks to
to
be
think
a
about.
good model for this
Right,
community.
so
Right.
it might depend on the sale price, it might depend on
Yeah.
other grants, it might depend on whatever, it might depend on a million things, but it's just it's a conversation we will have to have with the select board, just so that we get on the same page about that, so we just wanna be thinking about.
Did we
what's
ask
possible there.
Robin to come up with
I did ask him, but I haven't.
Oh,
he
shoot,
hasn't
I was
done it.
supposed to. I was
So
supposed to-
we're gonna nudge him and see if he
Okay.
can get an idea to us about like what we might put it on the market for.
right.
Like what would that even look like?
And I think one of the comments or thoughts I had or heard somebody say was like, maybe we could come up with an amount, like if we would like either our building needs it right now, or we'd like a building reserve of $50,000.
Mm.
And then everything above that gets split with the town, or
Whatever.
like whatever,
Yeah.
I just made those
Mhm.
numbers up, but
Yeah.
like
I
what.
see where you're going, yeah.
Yeah, so like we would know that we would feel okay if we started with this and then something else,
Mhm.
some other calculation happened with the rest.
Mhm.
And
Because
I
it
don't
was-
know what that is.
Overall, it's taxpayer money that does all of the town infrastructure,
Right.
and so I think there's a point at which potentially goodwill could shift if it seems like the
Agreed.
library has got an abundance and other things are having to be paid for in a way that is
That
a
totally
burden
makes
to
sense.
taxpayers when there's an abundance on this site, or it's viewed to have, so I think we just want to be
Mhm.
aware of those
Yeah.
optics.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
So
It's
that's
really easy to say I want it all.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We've done that, I get that, but again, something to be thinking about for future conversation. Okay, so we do
Wait,
have an
I'm sorry,
executive.
can I just,
yes.
like, is that would it be appropriate to ask Terry what he thinks? I just always think of Terry
Who's Terry?
Redfield. I always think of him as just kind of like, have you given any thought just to get his take on it? Not to say that he is right, but just another take.
I mean, I haven't asked anybody what they think about anything.
Yeah.
So I haven't, because I don't know that we've decided what we think about.
Well, we
any-
have-
you know what I mean? So
But to be informed by,
yeah,
just-
I don't,
Well, maybe that's,
maybe
Yeah.
it's something that's something. I mean, potentially that's something to do. It's just to
You're
be
right.
like, hey,
yeah, what do you think? Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah. exactly. No,
Yeah,
and maybe that's more of what can percolate for all of us.
Yeah,
Ahead of strategic planning and.
yeah.
I did not put potential income from this building in
In the
all
name.
those.
I
like
noticed,
stages,
yeah,
Cause I didn't even
You don't
think
know
of it.
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
So that is the end of the regular agenda. We do have some things to talk about in executive session, so I want to make sure we leave some time for that.
so do you wanna vote
I
to go
think
in and then I'll
yeah,
pause
I would move we move to executive session and invite Kimberly Librarian to join us.
oh, okay, great.
And-
At least briefly.
Yeah.
Yay!
Seconded.
All in favor?
I, for some
Yay.
reason, I thought you were
Yeah.
leaving. for
I am
executive
leaving,
session.
but I was gonna stay for a little bit. Hold on.
All right. I move we leave executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. All right, no decisions were made. Conversation was had.
Perfect.
All right, I move to adjourn at, I don't know what time, whatever time it is. 5 seconds, all in favor?
Yeah.
Thank you all for powering through that very long.
All
Shut up
right.
the recording. Before we
Somebody hit the
Oh,
button.
yeah.
I think you have to activate so it comes up on the top maybe, or leave the meeting. I think just close.
The whole meeting.
Oh, hit the X, yeah, just X out.
Yep.
There you go, then you get the end meeting for all.